am born and raised in Afghanistan. Let me paint the picture of my country. Afghanistan is a country that has been in war for decades, with terrorist activities and low rate of education. We are also a country where the literacy rate is even worse at 12.6%, while at the same time, our population, 41.8%, are under the age of 15 years. And still, the education quality is one of the most urgent national development concerns for my country. I am 22 years old. I observed grassroots level, systematic, formal and informal, deep-rooted, well-practiced discrimination against women and young people. And this is when I started to think that youth needed to take practical steps. And they need to change the status quo and challenge the status quo. And this is the reason that I started the Young Women Leadership Conference, which is a leadership training given to young girls aged 14 to 19 and delivered in a time frame of 25 to 30 hours and in 5 to 6 days. We have several thematic areas, for example, leadership skills, action plan implementation, peace and reconciliation, and also ethnic harmony. We are very unique and one of its kind in Afghanistan. Firstly, because leadership trainings are mostly implemented on university students. That being said, girls in high school are mostly neglected. And this is when we step in and fill the gap and make the right investment on people who are aged 14 to 19. Secondly, mostly leadership trainings are done in the capital, neglecting the provinces in the rural areas. And so far, we have done the leadership trainings out of 34 provinces in 15 provinces, and out of 360 districts in 3 districts, targeting 1,500 young women leaders. And every one of them become effective forces of changes, implementing their own action plans. To share one remarkable example of one of our alumni, right now the very hot peace talks that are going on between the Taliban and the Afghan government, our alumni are stepping in and they are implementing action plans for peace and reconciliation, advocating for youth and women's strong inclusion in the peace process. And I'm very proud of them. Our model is self-reliance, where we refer to the communities and mobilize different stakeholders. And with their partnership and support, we do the leadership trainings. And I'm sharing one of the stories in Ghor province. There was no hotel in the entire province, and I stayed in the house of the community people. And they were very welcoming and hospitable. In Farah province, which is another province of Afghanistan, a dad of one of the participants called me and told me that he wanted to contribute in terms of financial resources because he believed that the training was contributing to the success in education of their daughters. This is how the perception of public is now getting changed in my country. And this is why public need to feel included in the initiative that youth are taking. When we talk about women leadership and women decision-making power, it helps men, it helps families, it helps society, and it helps the world. It saves the world, in fact. And that's why men also need to step in and to work together for trying to work on the challenges. We need to have men as our allies and as our support network, supporting us to move forward for a better world. And this is the reason that I recently started the Young Men Leadership Conference, investing on young men leaders as well. Living in Afghanistan, being a young person and breaking every taboo against you and crossing every limitation is very hard. It requires a lot of persistence. It requires a lot of strength, determination, focus. But we women need to make sure that we are represented, that our voice is meaningful, and that we are there, even when there is no room provided, even when there is no table in place. We need to make sure that we are creating our own tables, that we are bringing our own chairs, and that our chairs are there, and that we are speaking against injustices, and that we are leading the world. To leave a better world means to have women lead the world. And that's what I do with the Young Women Leadership Conference and doing activities together to contribute towards this mission. And I think every one of you in this room have that power and strength in you to change the world. Just go for it and make your contributions. Thank you very much.